mics.
Is it coming through?
I got the push notification, and your icon has the thing. I need to mute my mic. I don't want it to feedback.
Yeah, I'm not seeing it pop up. Might not be giving out enough bits. 20 million things.
Oh wait, that's your audio. What the?
You were hearing my music there?
Test, 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 test. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh. How about
You
now?
you were hearing my music there?
No.
Okay. So I closed that up for nothing. All right.
I thought
I'm not seeing this pop up. Oh shit, I hope I'm not on the wrong.
I can hear you and me on the live stream.
Oh, the live stream is up?
Yeah, it's up.
Weird, okay.
Yeah, 2 people are watching.
All right, folks. So I was sitting there wondering what was going on. So I got a bit of pizza here. It's went cold. Walter's hopping on tonight, very late. Same as myself. Welcome.
Hey.
We're trying to get everything sorted out here, audio-wise. And I had a couple of tasks I wanted to do before bed. I don't know how realistic that is to get to that. So let's see if I close that. Of course I closed it. How's the audio coming through on the test though? I guess we'll just consider this a test.
Yeah, that's fine. Let me turn off the mic so I can hear the audio better on those speakers.
Okay, cool. So tonight I got some feedback from Jamie. Kynto does a voice readout. So that avatar thing up there represents people that type in the live chat and it reads the messages out. But one of the problems is they all have the same voice. So now each user will have their own distinct voice and it'll be the same every stream. So people like Jamie that use Kynto to stream will be able to just hear by the sound of the voice who read out a message. So pretty exciting. Oh, no. Whatever's going on in your end, Walter, is pretty rough. That's better. What was going on there?
Yeah, so I changed from default microphone to speakerphone.
Yeah, I had to mute you on the stream. Like, it was creating all sorts of like glitchy noise.
Oh,
Clicking on that pretty quickly.
Yeah, I think it's just my phone acting up. But yeah, no, I listened to the YouTube stream and sounded great. Like seeing the background, the pizza.
I've also got a apple cider here. Actually, it took me so long to get set up. I've had to grab 3 apple ciders. Not even drink them, just to make sure it's cold. So we'll get that going. I was looking at some of the news, some of the stuff going on. And we talked a little bit about it. 16 states have porn bans, basically. And they're doing it for the bairns, which means children in Scotland.
Oh, really?
Yes, sir.
Never heard that phrase. But yeah, I am not happy about that. I think that's kind of government overreach. And from what I heard, that they're also going to push this from the Texas lawsuit into the Supreme Court, so that they can push it nationally. I'm think that's a terrible idea. Mainly because like I would not want these companies having that information.
Yeah, that's a bit
Let
sketch.
alone getting passed. Yeah, like these people can't be trusted to begin with. So like, why would I want to give them driver's license information? Or I've also heard of like, oh, you know, you can facial scan to make sure the person's of legal age. Well, like, how soon is that until they're facial scanning just to see who the user is, you know, directly, or monitor their usage of the app? Like, that's,
You know,
I
that's
think
even
those are,
creepier. And I think that's going to
yeah,
out a bunch of people. Like they're going to
yeah,
get their
totally.
porn history leaked, you know, just a matter
Yeah.
of time.
Well,
And
look at Adult Friend Finder and
what was that big one with the
well,
cheaters?
one of them was, yeah, Ashley Madison and
That was it.
Grinder. Yeah, all of those have been known to like leak, and there's a funny uptick of Grinder usage in DC once they're back in session in January. You know, there's always that every year. It dips down and rises, and there's a little article about it, which makes me chuckle.
That's very Greek, like ancient Greek.
Yeah, that was Madison Cawthorn doing. But yeah, I think it's complete overreach, and it's, you know, it's a, what about the children to invade more privacy and gather more data on people and make these connections? And I think like, you know, the federal government has always had an issue with getting warrants, those pesky warrants and permission to gather information and you know, really snoop into people's business. But they've really found a loophole in just gathering this data from companies over time.
Hold on, I just have to drop a quick joke from the chat. So dumb jokes are told here. Said my math teacher said I was average, which is just mean. So get 2 puns in there. That's pretty
good. Nice. Yeah.
But the UK banned or put the license requirement in place for adult websites like over a decade ago, I think. And I remember telling you that this is nuts and it's going to come to America. And what happened?
Yeah. No, you were right. And Australia is doing their own with no social media for under 16, which like, we know as a universal truth that like kids will find a way. You know, you try and stop them and they'll do it 10 times harder. It's the Hydra argument. They can take them down, but they'll come back with a passion of multiples. Kids are smart. They'll figure out a way. It's, you know, there's a reason VPN sales skyrocket after these bans get put in place.
Well, I do think the Australia social media ban is way more far-reaching.
Oh, very
because
much so.
That impacts anyone that uses any social media.
Well, like, what's a social media? Like,
well,
define a social media.
And they are.
But could they? Because like YouTube is a social media. Jim Bob's hunting forum is a social media. Club Penguin is a social media. Facebook, obviously, but like there's anything where people gather in mass. Is that not a social media of some kind on the internet? Like, I guess news websites are news, but like the comments section, couldn't that potentially, because there's profiles, people can follow what other people say by reading articles. Like, at what point does that buck stop? And I find that concerning. And I think you'll just see people like try to skirt it and be successful in that, but just they'll have to maintain a small web presence.
So the way I see it set up, or they've set it up, the last I looked at it, is they're actually naming the social media companies. So like Rumble wasn't named. So it's basically they're just going to maintain a list and then just add things to it, and then that makes requirements in place for those companies. So they'll have to
That
go.
just sounds so arbitrary. It just sounds like a I know it when I see it argument, which that's what they want to do in the US under that Supreme Court case they're trying to push of like it's porn if you know it, if you see it kind of a deal. And you know, the reason I'm going there is for like book bans. You know, they'll say that I don't know what's a common one. I'd say maybe Hemingway, or let's say 1984. There's adult activity in that book, like that could be considered obscene and trashed because there's a law of just we want to look like we're doing something by emplacing this. And I think people are or the governments are pretty happy to put it in place because it sets them up to collect that data over time.
Well, here's the thing. The internet opened up communication, and it continues to do so as like more technology's developed, right? So you've got two ways to tamper that down. Terms of service on the individual companies, and then you've got regulations. And both of those just grow bigger.
Fair. And I mean, and to be fair, it does need to be done. Like, obviously, there needs to be some regulations. And I do think that the plus 18 button.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. Because some regulations look like what they're doing. Like, what's the alternative? If you're going to further regulate it, like Instagram, right? You're not supposed to be a kid in that. And it's got some stuff on it.
Just like their favorite creators that they watch. So like this is where I come from, where I find it just a little ridiculous is, you know, the parents are okay with doing it, let alone the kids. So how are you going to curb the behavior when it's like extreme? The parents are definitely going to do a facial scan for the child so they can have their account and talk to their friends. So and then there's tools like even Discord. Like, how do you moderate something like that? That's all audio, realistically.
You know how it should be done?
Text,
report button.
Yeah. An actual working report button. I don't know if that'd work for the social medias.
But see, here's another thing here. Like, hold up. Because social media isn't just like images, text, and video. It's also bloody video games. At least it was.
Yeah.
Like when I got into it, Habbo Hotel, that's what got me started coding in the first place. And it's like, if I wasn't able to get on Habbo Hotel, I don't think I would have learned how to code. Because I wouldn't have got the idea that you can have like avatars and they can talk to each other and buy furniture to put in a bloody room and all that. So, like, there is a lot of unintended consequences. So, I think it's a bad idea. And it's not going to resolve the issue because you can just get around it with a VPN and skirt to another country that doesn't have those regulations. And other sites are just pulling out the US entirely.
Yeah, true. And to their credit, you know, a lot of those sites are also pulling out of states that want to set these laws. And I totally agree with them that the sites that, like, why should they be responsible for that kind of verification? And I've also heard of, like, you know, you mentioned in the UK, the registries that you have to join so that you can look at that questionable content. Like, you know, I find that so odd of, like, signing up to be monitored.
Wait, hold on.
Well,
everybody knows the United Kingdom is the freest place on earth. Everybody.
Yeah. You can just ask most.
Just ask anyone.
Yeah. Ask them how free they are. From the UK or in the UK?
I mean, both, honestly. They're all subject to the whims.
Isn't it like the average is 10 days between secession between a country and the UK? Like every 10 days, there's another country that succeeded, like a yearly, you know, an anniversary.
You mean because of the size of their empire?
Yeah, because they had so many countries.
Well, let me tell you a joke. So my grandpa Sharp, very interesting guy, right? So when he told me stories when I was a kid, they were getting bombed by the Germans. Like they had to black out the windows and stuff, so no light got out. And he was in Glasgow, and all the shipyards for the Navy were up there. And one of the things he told me, well, he asked me, he's like, son, do you know why the sun never sets on the British Empire? And I was like, no. And he's like, because God doesn't trust him. Always stuck with me.
That's pretty good.
He's a funny guy.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, not to change topics, but did you see the FTC is suing John Deere for the tractors for the
proprietary lock-in?
monopoly? Yeah, for that chip they've got, or the software they have that like stops repairability unless it's done by them. Yeah, they've been fighting that for like years, and it's 3 states, and now the FTC is going after them for it.
That's good. Them.
At least it's a bit of right to repair. It's not them pushing right to repair, but it's them pushing like this shenanigans needs to stop. And I have been up that creek for a while with right to repair, especially John Deere. I've been following that very closely, or at least as closely as I can. You know, obviously.
Well, it took Europe for the iPhone to use a standard adapter, right?
Yep.
So sometimes you just don't know.
Yeah, and that was such ridiculousness. And or even you have the other hand of it where Europe is forcing third-party app stores on Apple, and they just built their own walled garden just for Europe. That you can't just like VPN in and say I'm in Europe. You actually have to be ID checked by Apple's systems. Without a VPN, if you're not in that country of 30 days and then you lose the store and the apps associated. No, I don't think you lose the apps associated. I think you just lose the store and ability to update, which I mean, kind of is the same thing if you think about it, but not to most people I know. But yeah, and I don't believe that that'll be coming over here anytime soon. I think it will eventually.
No,
I think
let me
those
stop
courts
you
will
there.
force them.
Let me stop you there.
Yeah.
So, I have a lot of experience with app stores and the questions they ask and the questions they have asked since the inception of the Google Play Store and the Apple Store, right? Do you know what the most interesting question is there? Does your application use encryption?
Really?
They don't specify if it's HTTPS like SSL or like some custom encryption for like a messenger. They want to know.
Interesting.
Yep. And not only that, you have to file it every year.
Oh, what?
Yep. And like governments are free to impose
HTTPS.
Yeah. I mean, it's complicated. Like I still have to dig into it. Maybe it's adjusted to make more sense.
Apple, I doubt it.
Well, this was Google that really pushes it too, but Apple as well.
Yeah. Google was forcing HTTPS at time, I think it was 2016, 2018, when they made that huge push and everyone had to be HTTPS and they'd be like delisted essentially.
Well, let me give you another example of like where Apple actually pushed the bar forward in a good way. And I was pissed when it happened, like really pissed. So when I started first coding in Kynto, I was doing it in JavaScript, right? I was at a time where everybody was using Shockwave Director or Flash. Well, no mobile devices really supported Shockwave, right? Took that standard. Android, when it came out, immediate support for the Flash player. I'm like, yeah, it did work in, you had to work with Adobe to get that support, proprietary. Apple and Adobe also worked together on a Flash player for iPhone browser, right? They got it all working, coded, and then at the very end, Apple was like, nope, we're not rolling this out. And it threw things into an absolute frenzy because I'm talking everything from banner ads, video players, and games, and even entire websites were coded in Flash then. So, like the first iPhone users that used the browser would see black boxes or empty spaces over the most of the page. Now, at the time, if someone was coding in Flash, I thought it was bad, right? But it turns out that decision they made led to like open source HTML5 getting full power behind it and like making it so the internet doesn't need plugins anymore. You don't have to download Flash to use YouTube. So at the time, some things can seem like a terrible idea or like a complete monopoly. But if it literally leads to something like that, you got to consider where it could go. And also what they're saying, because Steve Jobs released a statement at the time, and he did say this much. He's like, this will result in a better web. And I think he got that one right.
Yeah. And especially such a strong action for him, because generally Apple doesn't like to have their products shown in that kind of light, especially a flagship.
Yeah.
And coming off, I think the Lisa 2 was their biggest success prior, if I remember correctly.
Oh, device-wise.
Yeah, device-wise. Like they hadn't had a hit in a bit of time, like a couple of years.
So do you know how
correctly.
Adobe tried to maintain Flash with that situation?
No.
And I have a game. I have it in my archive somewhere. And I've got some pictures. I might even send it to you. It was just like a hot air balloon. I did the art in Paint. And they released an update to the Flash builder. I forgot the name of it was. Where you could output an iPhone application. So you could literally put that through the App Store. So they were trying to push people to like build Flash as like actual applications. And it didn't really get far. And eventually they made it so you could output to HTML5, and they were basically just helping like kill Flash, which is a good thing.
Yeah. And hey, at least there's a way to play those, games and visit some of those sites now.
Well, here's the cool thing. You can literally code, and someone has, there's GitHub repos out there, an entire Flash player that runs inside of the web browser. Uses JavaScript.
Oh, really?
JavaScript is that bloody powerful.
Wow.
Some other options I looked at when I like rebooted Kynto, because I had a pretty clean source that I coded, super clean engine, and it was one of the first projects that I seen that like tightly worked with web. Like it would output events into the window, so I could have HTML5 UIs, like do the friend list, room list, stuff like that. But the actual game itself was in Flash. And I looked at, there was two ways I seen it. One, I either need to be able to find a way to run the Flash, or I need to be able to transpile it to JavaScript, and then that could run in the browser. So there was some options, but they were slow. And as someone that got into coding in JavaScript anyway, I just embraced it.
Wow.
And that's why we have Kynto up here. And that's what we're talking on tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's not to plug, but what's that website?
Kynto.io or kyntoparty.com. And I'm finding it's more targeted at like content creators now, or their communities, because of the tight coupling with YouTube.
Just for the people there, you should be able to walk around if you type directions like up, down, left, right into the chat. You'll become one of the avatars there. You'll be able to walk around. Something I wanted to mention, well, because you got my mind there, but I saw an article about how somebody made a playable version of Doom in a PDF.
Oh, you know why? PDFs support JavaScript.
There you go. Well, that's well. Now I'm not as impressed.
Yeah, it's still impressive. But the JavaScript, when it was originally created, I think a lot thought it was like a disposable language. Like, they didn't even call it a language; they called it a scripting language, and it is. But like everything's moved that way. Like nothing compiles down into like native DLLs no more, that like a lot of people are working on. Even Java runs in a VM. Oh bloody hell! What's that? Okay, I was trying to get my pizza back in stream here.
I've got a pizza on my stream.
You've got a static pizza. I want to do it in real time.
I imagine that's a real-time feed and not just a static pizza.
Well, it was, but my phone overheated.
Oh, it still could be. If you
It's
wanna
about
hop
to be
another
real.
slice
Hold
in.
on. Give me a second. The problem with pizza is I always microwave it too long, like to reheat it.
You ever do the cup of water trick?
There you go. Now it's live. So that's a live pizza. Look, if I remove this, it looks like I'm in some bloody terrible warehouse.
Mm.
It's pretty sick. Yeah. Crap, man.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a serial killer at all.
No, not a bit. Hold on, let me fix that. We'll transition to some beautiful code.
Is there a puppy running around?
The dogs are kicked out. Too many wires and shit to make all this work.
I bet.
Trust me though, they tried.
Oh, my cat jumped out the window onto the roof. She now like loves the new roof to hang out on.
Dude, that's like Kitten. You've seen Kitten do that.
Yeah, I have.
You walk outside and you hear this horrendous meowing, and there's just a bloody cat up there.
Literally, how'd you get on the roof?
So, does the cat need to come in through the window, or is it like climbing down a tree to get down, or what's the situation?
Oh, yeah, it's got to climb in. So it climbs on my desk and then slinks out the window when I'm not looking.
Ah, cheeky wee bugger.
Yeah, I came out and caught her, and she's like, "Hey, what's up? What's going on? Why are y'all freaked out?"
How's your cat's paw?
Huh?
How's the cat's paw?
Oh, fine. She's fine now.
Finally, it only took like 4 months.
Hey, if it was because of her, if she would just stop messing with it, we would have not had to do any of that. But she had to. She always wanted to mess with it. I mean, we took some drastic measures to stop her, and she just would get through them all. And it wasn't until we just took everything off and just sat and watched her. And whenever she'd go for it, we'd bop her on the nose or something, or bop her on the tummy.
As you should.
Like, hey, knock it off. Only way to stop it, and it was mainly because it was getting expensive to take her to the vet.
It's getting expensive.
Yeah, so it was like, all right, well, you're not gonna not only leave the room, but you're not gonna leave the vicinity, eyesight. So yeah, so the only time she got time to herself to eat at it was during the night. That and the foot baths we had to give her.
Oh, for goodness sake!
Afraid of the table. Yeah, she's very afraid of the table. I tried putting her out there the other day and immediately jumped off and ran and would not stop running. I chased her a little bit to be just like, no, calm down. I just wanted you to be cute. I wasn't going to hurt you. But she's come to this point where she just accepts her fate, and eventually whatever we're going to do to her is what she's going to have happen. And if we had to stand there with her foot in iodine for 10 minutes while she stares at the ceiling, by God, that's what we're going to do. I had to have Dina come help me a couple of times because, she's a handful in one hand.
Yeah. Well, you see the possum we had here. Just a disclaimer. Just a disclaimer real quick. We had a possum that I discovered. It was trapped under like this giant gong that was out back. Hippie people play it, make music, right? Fell over. Trapped bloody possum. I have a hot tub out there. Just a wee inflatable thing, right? I was in that thing every night. Didn't hear anything. About 7 days later, I suppose, I go to take my bike out. and I moved this gong thing so I could get my bike out. There was a fucking possum coated in piss and shite. And it was like so out of it, it couldn't run away. It would stand up and fall over. So we took it in, immediately started looking up, like, what kind of diseases can we get from this, right? What can we do to help it? It was 2 a.m, couldn't do anything. So Jamie and I get water, food, and she starts cleaning it, like washing it all off. Anyway, it took like 4 days to find somewhere to take this thing to. And someone on Facebook seen her post, and it's like, oh yeah, I'll come down and drive 4 hours to take it up to Orlando because there's a sanctuary out there. They actually did it. They came and got the possum. Wow. And by that time, it was like eating food, like entire eggs and stuff. It was awesome, honestly.
I bet it was glad it found you.
Yeah. Well, Jamie's too scared to have me call to see if it's still alive, I'll be honest.
Really?
Yeah. Because, like, what was if they put it down?
Fair. I mean, it's probably still alive if they didn't put it down. It looked really healthy.
Well, the reason we had to take it there is I had something called crispy ear. So it's kind of like it's just itself, it's like immune system. It's not strong enough to fight off whatever it's got going on. And literally results in a crispy ear. And it'll keep going, eat its ears off. So that's why we couldn't just let it go here. I'd have preferred to keep it in the garden, you know?
Yeah, definitely. Well, I'm sure the cat would have loved it.
That was a problem too. Didn't want to deal with that.
Yeah, because Kitten definitely would have made a friend for a short amount of time.
Well, Kitten has put on a significant amount of weight. So there is that. Like, the whole goal with her is to get her so fat that she can't chase things. And she's pretty much there. Success.
She will definitely try, though.
Yeah, but I'm serious. She's huge.
That's hilarious. I bet she doesn't get on the roof now.
Actually, no. No. She struggles to get on the freezer that I feed her on. Yeah, because she was killing rabbits and all sorts of there. Like, one night I went out, got a video of these owls, and they're like these giant owls, and they're just like doing their songs or whatever, their noises. And I go out there, I get some video of them. Well, come to find out, they were watching a cat stalk a rabbit, which she successfully killed right as I was out there. I was horrified by it because I love the bloody rabbit.
Yeah.
You know, if she was a wild animal and did that, okay. But she was a bloody cat. Like, cats devastate environments, man. They really do.
Yeah. They've killed, I think it's like 60% of the American bird population is dead because of cats. Like
because of cats.
Yeah. Well, like regular house kitties.
Yep.
Because, you know, they end up as outdoor kitties.
They're super successful hunters. They really are.
Yeah.
And they're super adaptable. There's not like a climate they can't tolerate. And humans continue to replenish them.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'm surprised our cat isn't more successful with the amount of birds that we've got going around. Because we've got like nesting ducks and whole flocks of those white birds.
How much weight's on her?
Probably like 4 or 5 pounds.
Does she look fat? Because you've had fat cats. Like really fat.
Yeah. No, she's really thin. So she's
okay.
Not than that. But yeah, she's like bone thin. She's very, very slender.
Do you know how old she is?
Yeah, she's like 14. She's getting up there.
She's still no Audrey.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, well, she might be 8 or 9, but I know she's like very old. She does not have many more Earth cycles.
Well, she
But
does have 9 lives. So it's a
yeah,
question, how many
yeah,
of those has she burnt?
yeah, really. Well, she's pretty stupid. Um, she made a new friend, and shit, if I had access to my PC, I'd show you. But she made a friend, this like gray kitty that's been coming around, and I had the door open yesterday, and they were fighting with each other, and she was coming running to me to be like, "Oh no, protect me from the evil kitty." And the little kitty, the one that's been chasing her, looks so stupid when you look it in the face. It just eyes are crossed, and it just looks like that Can I Has Cheeseburger meme.
You know, the
Uh,
funniest thing about Audrey is she bullied Kitten.
yeah, yeah.
Audrey didn't give a
And
fuck.
she was
So
so weak.
to set the picture for anyone that sees this, Audrey was a toothless cat and must have been like 17, but
Yeah.
she acted like a kitten.
And she
So,
was deaf, dumb, and blind.
oh yeah,
And
she was very dumb.
yeah.
Yeah,
And she had I think Alzheimer's.
yeah. At the end, she
Yeah, at the
couldn't
end.
she couldn't help herself. The
Yeah.
deafness, the dementia, she had it all.
Yeah, she was really rough at the end, but freaking cute all of the time.
Well, I'm really
Like
glad that
she
we could be stayed up late on a work night talking about
uh,
cats. You better crash,
yeah.
man.
Yeah, it's too late. All right. Good night, guys. Good
Right.
night. Thanks for hopping on the stream.
Yes, sir.
All right. Night.
Night, man.
Enjoy your pizza.
So what I'm actually going to do, guys, is I got a present from my gran in Scotland. I'll be honest, I thought she forgot, but she didn't. So let's see what she got me. Been waiting all day for this. Dog out. Out. Oh, that's cool. So a nice calendar. Scottish location on the front. Okay, nice. Okay. So the top pages have a location. That's brilliant. Not very good at using calendars, but really do appreciate them. So we've got a calendar. Keep digging here. See what else Granny sent us. Oh, I hope there's an Irn Bru bar. There is. Oh my god, Willie. I'm Will. So I got a lot of these books growing up. All the Willies. The Bruins. All of it. But these, I'm colorblind also. This yellow or green is Irn Bru flavor bar. And then this one is like a fudge. Like a hard fudge. It's brilliant. Absolutely amazing. So that's awesome. Look, Irn Bru is superior. If you have an opportunity to try it, you absolutely should. It's a soft drink. But if you're my granny and you ever see this, she does enjoy her whiskey with a diet Irn Bru, which I can understand completely. All right. So, got some superior chocolates here. Dinky Decker, delicious. Bounty, delicious. It's got like coconut in it. And milk chocolate in Europe in general is definitely one of those things It's superior to American stuff. 100%, hands down. It just is. It's milky. Oh, look at that, guys. Scottish tablet. I absolutely will destroy this. It's delicious. So the Spanish, or the Latin Americans here, they have something quite similar. It's called like leche bar, like milk bar. And I think they prepare it differently. I think theirs is made with milk, where this is like butter and sugar cooked down. And it's just amazing. Like, I can even smell it. Hold on. Oh yeah. We'll get you some of that. Scottish tablet. It's no drug, but it may as well be. Great. So, oh, look at that, British sugar. And just before I sign off, I want to let you know something. Most of the sugar that's used in places like the UK and even America doesn't come from the sugar plant. It comes from the sugar beet. Literally. Because you can grow those sugar beets in colder climates, which most of the Western world probably is. I was quite surprised by that. The more you know. Ooh, Cadbury's cream egg. That's good. Milk chocolate with a creamy middle. I think I might grab one of those actually. Let's see. There's some loosey gooseys. Twirl. A twirl. Very good. I just want to hammer the fact Scottish chocolate is superior. And so is Irn Bru. It's actually the top selling soft drink in Scotland. Outsells Coca-Cola. I think because many people think it's a hangover cure, I'll be honest. And it is. Definitely is. It helps. Let me actually go grab a bottle. See what we could do. Where Willie? Oh shite, I put some chicken in the oven. I forgot about it. So I was going to have a chicken salad. Food at less goes with it. But grab an Irn Bru. I'll show you that as I enjoy it. Maybe one more drink, because I have to sleep after this. Apple cider. But I've noticed cider in America and the UK has a different meaning. Apple cider over there, alcohol. Apple cider over here, I think it's a fruit juice. We call it hard cider. It's not that hard. Right, Irn Bru. So, delicious. They say you don't know, you can't describe what it tastes like. And they're right. Some say it tastes like girders. If you know what that is. It cost £1. I used to have to import this when I was younger. Now you can just get it on Amazon. So, let's type Irn Bru in. Oh, and the spelling is interesting. So in the UK, at least, they had a law, probably still do. It means you can't name something, like a product, if it doesn't contain it. It doesn't contain any iron, and it's not a brew. So they get by it by spelling it like that. Very good. And once again, the Spanish like food stores in America, they have a kind of equivalent. I think they call it like Inca Cola. It comes pretty close, but it's not Irn Bru. So it's interesting that the Spanish stores have a lot of like products that remind me of stuff that I get in the UK that I can't get in America. And it doesn't stop there. Like pastries, all that sort of stuff. So I really enjoy Spanish culture in America. I do. Get some good stuff. Just a bit more spices, but no complaints there. None at all. So let's try some Irn Bru. Never tried it before. That's good. That's very good. Let me see if I can pull up an Irn Bru advertisement, because you won't believe what they get away with. It's pretty funny. So how would I do this? All right, let's see. So most of the commercials or the adverts for Irn Bru get banned over time. We're going to check some of them out. Let's see. If I pull this over here. Come on, you buddy. Come on, big man. You can do it if you BBQ it. Ooh. Right, so we got audio. Now I just need to switch the scene. Hopefully that works all right. Kill this camera. So we got Irn Bru. We'll play one. Gotta get the bloody audio fixed. So many steps, buddy. No one explains all the work that's involved to do anything online. Cap card audio. Digital.
It's Irn Bru, made in Scotland from Ganders.
Oh, gotta switch the bloody camera. Here we go. I love this commercial. Super Christmassy.
My chilly summer mate says he would like some too. I tell him get your own. He looks like he is going to cry.
Who sells Coca-Cola at Scotland? And can't really get it in England. Maybe that's changing now, but it's literally Scotland centric. This was made in Glasgow. No, it's Glasgow. In America, they call it Glasgow. I pronounce a lot of things wrong there.
Oh, proud land. We may take more wee steps than giant leaps, but that is what makes our metal. We may reach for the stars and come up with clouds, but it is in the reaching that we find joy. Yes, we are scared to dream, for losing is a very real option, but dream we do. Disappointment may be our meat and true veg, but that is what makes us hungry. We'll
I haven't seen
smile.
this one.
We'll sing. We will dress like numpties. For though we walk in the molehills,
Is this still an Irn Bru ad?
our best have scaled mountains. And when the sporting gods do shine on our pasty faces, Martians need earplugs. Why? Because we are the underdog with the heart of a lion. Why? Because we are born to support and we have iron in our blood. And we say, aye, no bad to that.
Not bad. Have no idea what happened there.
Everybody in the world loves Irn Bru.
I do, I do, I do.
Me too. Everybody in the world loves Irn Bru.
He does, she does, we does.
Me does.
And I especially love Irn Bru, even though I used to be a man.
even though I
See why it got banned? British TV, especially then, got away with way more than American TV. Way more. I was surprised how sanitized American TV was coming here. And that's changed now, but most of everything's online. But the FCC like has rules against swearing,
It'll be hard not to.
nudity, sexual themes, all that stuff. And usually America is more free and stuff, but
What's going on?
Hi! I made my stuffing.
Not
you know,
everything.
Like we said. And that TV was so big. There is no way for this.
That live Spanish football was getting
And
tedious.
you know that spare rib?
Uh-huh.
Well, my mom's did.
Just had a wee shot of your razor there.
that's disgusting.
No problem, Daphne. What's mine is yours.
That's the last time Jimmy the Lip says Irn Bru tastes like melon.
Yeah, boss. Definitely tastes like
Sopranos was
tutti-frutti.
brilliant, by the way. I'm guessing this is what it's supposed to reference. Wish my granny won the lottery.
Steamy windies in here, eh? Nice rug, Mum. It's hot on the inside of cheese toasty in here. Do you mind?
These toasties are superior. It's like a grilled cheese, but pressed.
Must have
Closer
made
to
tag it, like
panini.
trim. Keeping active.
Panini. I had two today. Ooh. Doug's trying to get back. I don't know who they're running these ads to. Everyone in Scotland already drinks the stuff. Maybe not so much now. They kicked the sugar content about half. Because they introduced a sugar tax quite some time ago. I think Coca-Cola pays the tax, but not all the companies do.
Beautiful princess, you have freed me from my spell.
Ooh,
Now I
it's
shall
a Mormon
take you as my
scene.
bride, and we shall live together forever. I also have this fabulous castle set in
Celestial Kingdom.
Well, who did you expect? Snow White?
I'm leaving you, Jeff. Huh? Alright. We never do anything anymore. I want to be windswept. I want to meet new hairdressers. I want to be brushed beneath the stars.
No, please don't go. I can change. Conditioner.
No, I'm going. And I'm taking the little ones with me.
No! I'll help do. Get some iron on you.
I agree, buddy. No, it's Irn Bru. Hangover cure. But it outsells Coca-Cola. They say if you get a chippy and an Irn Bru, you're good to go. They have one ad where the lady's giving birth and like the dad pops open an Irn Bru in the delivery room. The baby reaches out, grabs Irn Bru and takes it back in.
Smart aleck, are you, eh?
Ban that.
Well, give this in your pie hole, clever clogs. Irn Bru 32, pure mental stimulation in a can. And it doesn't taste like the bottom of my cage. Shh. I'll shoo you, tweedy old crow. Cuckoo. New Irn Bru 32. Wakey, wakey.
Oh, so there's your Red Bull. They did make an energy drink version.
What's that you're drinking? Irn Bru? Come on, give your old granddad a sip.
Oh, it's a good one. Yes, sir.
It's alright, Grandad. You finish it.
This happens.
Hi, Mum. Hi, Linda. Hi, Linda.
Hiya, boys. New push-up bra. Amazing.
Alright, okay.
Looking good, Mum.
Oh, come here, you.
Doesn't it help that people have their kids at like 15 over there?
Group hug? There we are, Bernard. Isn't this lovely?
I hate it in here. Can we go?
We can't.
Don't be a cunt. Oh, you need a can. Don't be a cunt. Be a can.
That's pretty good, eh? I was trying to find the ones that specifically got banned. I think this is just like an archive of the ones over the years. Yeah, see, made from girders.
Come on.
Oh no.
Oh, practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect. Looks like Buddy's got a lot of practice. Don't be a cat. Gotta use that one. A train with a toilet.
Ladies, can you tell me where I can park my
You know,
bike?
I've not even been in a train in America. They don't have them in Florida. Well, they do, but
Crack on.
they don't really go to places I need to go. Or he was really drinking that bottle. Hi buddy, that's where I'm right now, surprisingly. I actually like it here quite a bit. It's a bit mad though. So I have to get treats sent into
Being
me.
ginger isn't always easy. Getting called Hucknall, Sheeran, Weasley. Comparisons to orangutan apes. Does the carpet match the drapes? Folk using our
It's in a better state than the UK though,
Getting burnt
unfortunately.
when it's sunny, getting burnt when it's not. But being ginger with a pasty
Crazy
physique
over
is
there.
something to be proud of, because it makes us unique. Who wants to be just another face in the crowd? We're a rare breed. Be ginger and proud. We're
Be ginger
special.
and proud.
The double yolk, the
That's
full
true.
of clover, the 2% born and bred. Who wants a grey squirrel when you can have red? Yes, our tolerance for UV might be tiny, but remember it was Ron, not Harry, that got with Hermione. Let's forget the names and forget the calls. It's time to show off those ginger balls. So
Oh,
go on, take a stand, make the admission. My MC1R receptor's in the perfect position. Because if you're ginger,
Maybe if we
you're
get Irn
genetically
Bru
blessed. It makes
in
you
Americans'
different,
hands,
original,
it would
and
improve
best.
things. Take things less seriously.
Irn Bru Extra's got no sugar and tastes amazing.
That's unbelievable.
And that's not all.
Extra lets me talk to animals. Hello.
Eat my nuts.
Extra made me invisible.
Not nuts.
Irn Bru Extra, Irn Bru Extra, no sugar, tastes amazing.
Unbelievable stuff.
Hey, Scotland. Good luck with your Mannschaft, yeah?
Mannschaft. German for football team.
Sure it is.
Mannschaft, eh? Well, Germany, you're about to see what the Scottish Mannschaft...
You know, it's true what they say about what a man wears under
For
their
the last few
kilt.
years, our Mannschaft has grown strong and mighty. It's a Mannschaft that knows how to go the distance. This year, our Mannschaft could even reach a semi. Oh, Deutschland, your bratwurst is no match for our Lorn. You may take our sun loungers, but you'll never take our fountains, because we are Scotland.
I think part of it though,
Land of liquid optimism.
it's like
Our
Scotland
signs are always
specifically,
all full.
Ireland too.
So get ready, Germany, because the Scottish
It's like a
Mannschaft
brutal
is coming.
climate most of the time, at least uncomfortable. Got a lot of hardship on that, so people just want to take the
This is
piss.
your captain speaking. Please pay attention
In
as
somewhere,
Eric and Jackie show you
I got
something
lost.
phenomenal. To win 4 seats on the Bru jet and get whisked off on an all-expenses
Like, I didn't
paid
have a
holiday to
stake
Tenerife,
until I came to
special pack
America.
and
I'm not
we
kidding.
look for winning tickets.
We weren't vegetarians or anything. Just didn't have steak.
And if you win, slap on the factor 50. You don't want to end up the colour of they two numpties. Win a phenomenal holiday on the Bru jet.
Steak pie though, but like not a whole steak cooked on a grill.
Good haul.
Senga. So, Senga, do you come here often?
Why? We ones love the crash. Destiny! Billy John Packin!
Nice. Strong jeans.
Shepherd's pie, yeah. So ground beef definitely, like mince and tatties, staple dish.
This is my new boyfriend.
Basically ground beef and like a carrots,
Nice to meet you, Mr. McGee.
maybe a bit of onion, potatoes and that. Really good.
Hey,
Shepherd's
you
pie,
two,
obviously. Stovies, that's a good one. You should look that up.
So, any
Okay.
plans?
Just gonna try Wembley here for a walk.
We have a lot of Indian food there. It's good though. Like samosas and that.
He's a cheeky wee fella, eh?
You know, my mum told me she was vegetarian when I was growing up. And she was for the most part. Until it came to bacon. And she's like, yeah. It's vegetarian, son. Scottish parents are not afraid to just tell a bunch of BS.
We can't right now.
Don't be a can't. You need a can.
She'd have it with a Scottish breakfast, potato scones and all that.
Don't be a can't. Be a can.
So,
I think it does smell better than
Fanny.
it tastes, honestly. It's one of those.
Can you call her Fanny? Fanny, I like it. It's unusual.
Scottish
My mum's a
breakfast.
Fanny.
So you got your
Granny
potato
was a
scones,
Fanny. She'll be
fry 'em
joining
up.
a long line of Fannies.
thin and butter. You do your eggs,
Aye, it's good to keep up tradition.
mushrooms.
Oh, Fanny, you're just like your daddy.
What else? Your toast, your bacon. We have square sausage, which is different. We don't have it in America, but it's a mix of beef and pork.
Brazilians over to have
And
kids with us and make us phenomenal at
you
football.
fry it as slices,
And now
and
for
then you got your
tonight's
sausage links too.
2034 Cup final teams. While Scotland adopts a 2-3-1-4 attacking formation, but then why wouldn't you? You can't
It's
argue with over
greasy,
75 goals in this
but
tournament alone.
it's really good.
So, the steady in goal. Dodi Alves and Crawford Baptista at the back. Donaldo, Hugh, and Callum Conceição in a three-man midfield, with Mikaka in that important free role. Look for Mikaka again, trying to break that world record for the number of Cruyff turns in a match. And Robert Senior returns from injury to partner Davy Da Costa, Aberdeenio, and Golden Boy
I
Flavio
forgot about the baked
McFadden
beans.
up front. Remember Big Robert Sr.
Can't forget
He's
about
the man
those.
who fractured his forehead, scoring too many
And I won't
headers
tell you about
in
the
that
back pudding.
majestic group win over England.
Probably wouldn't like that one.
Watch the story of Bruzel unfold at irnbru.co.uk. We'll
But
lift
white
the cup in
pudding,
2034.
it's vegetarian.
Now, wouldn't that be phenomenal?
It's very good. All right. So I have to get up for work and it's very late. So I'm going to call it tonight. It's good to talk with you tonight. Appreciate the questions. And if you want to see any more, feel free to subscribe. And catch you later. All right. Good night. Get some Irn Bru. All right. Look it up on Amazon.